Okay, I'm gonna be taking the medic kit this time. Okay, you don't have the faintest idea what the planet has in store for you, and although your species is very resilient, there are plenty of undetected dangers that could take you out. A perfectly maintained ship is of no use to you if you step on a poisonous animal, or get some parasites that burst out of your tentacle sockets or whatever. Have the assembler make you a comprehensive medical emergency kit. In addition to advanced biological and analytic tools, it also includes a few dozen of a universal anesthetic that works on all carbon creatures. It also has the potential to create some fantastic hallucinations, which you remember very well from the experimental days at the Space Academy, of course. Commander, I've taken the liberty of producing a portable communicator with the last bits of energy available. This will allow you to stay. Okay, yeah, we've already done all that. Okay, so we're gonna not do the dam this time because I think we've done enough of the dam for now, but we are gonna go to the settlement. I'm going to the transmission tower. Manage to send out a call for help. We'll be saved faster than if we try to do the repairs ourselves. Please note that there's an increased risk of encountering locals on this route. You should avoid detection at all costs. They won't notice anything. You say more to convince yourself, and you take the path towards the settlement. As you make your way towards the settlement, you are struck once again by how strange this world is. You have to find some shape that is appropriate for this planet. A small clearing opens in front of you. In the center, a fairy creature lies on a mushroom stump, rolling in the beams of the rising sun. The creature is small and covered with fur, but it exudes an elegance and majesty unlike anything you've ever seen. It's a kitty cat! Yay! We just had a puppy dog in our last round, now we're doing a kitty cat. Oh my god, he's so cute. It's so extra, he has such extra fluff on him. In language there's a word for this perfect being. They also call it a cat. Seems very appropriate. The body is very small, but you could certainly use it to get into the ocean at Blood Lake Settlement unnoticed. I could search you when you found perfection. Absolutely. So to imitate the cat. Its fur, powerful, elegant paws, its perfectly shaped face. It is almost a religious act. As you finish your transformation, the real cat looks up at you for the first time since it started sensitively cleaning its rare print. Of course it's cleaning its ass. I mean, maybe we should clean our ass too. Simply looks at you. Without saying a word, it gets up and leaves the clearing. You decide to follow it. Okay, we're in the village entrance. Of course, they got the religion there. Oh god, I see that. Follow the cat. It's going to be going in the direction you were aiming for anyway, so you can follow this majestic creature for a little while longer. Yeah, I'm also hoping that we don't accidentally end up forming a cult of some kind. Short time later, the forest thins out and gives way to green meadows with isolated colourful plants. Meanwhile, this world's sun has risen. Feeling starry skies obscured by that unsettling blue you could already see from the orbit. Soon you reach a road. This is fortunate because you find it a bit difficult to move around in the undergrowth, in the rather small body of the cat. Small flaw in the perfect design of this creature. You finally the roots of the ocean and a blonding colony rise up in front of you. Okay, we'll leave the cat be for now, but we'll analyze the colony while we're here before we get too further in. Finally, you get your first real impressions of oceanic blood. A jumble of small box-shaped houses, crisscrossed by a maze of streets, paths, and alleys stretch out in front of you. You can see primitive building materials such as wood and stone alongside cast metals and electrical wires. There are seemingly wild plants in between the structures, and you can even make out whole trees standing between the buildings. Also seems to be absolutely no anti-grav traffic. I find the whole thing confusing, I guess. Briefly, I regret that These beings do not know the comfort of Corso Corp prefabricated houses. Wonder how the Oceania bloodlings even get into their houses without in-house AI opening the doors for them. Screw it, let's go straight for the antenna. Because we're cats, so it won't look too suspicious. Us analyzes the road layout and starts to calculate route to the antenna. Can make it there pretty quickly if you stick to the main road. But is that a good idea? Don't even know if it's a good idea to keep running around as a cat. What if these creatures are short on sight because they are carriers of deadly diseases? Will they lay their eggs in the brains of Oceania bloodlings? But your time is limited. Any detour or delay reduces your chance to send an emergency signal in time. Just about to choose a route through a village when something catches your eye. On the edge of the village is a small residential house, somewhat isolated from the rest of the buildings. Rare enough that the Oceania bloodlings can't immediately sound the alarm or call for backup if something were to happen. You want to learn more about the locals and looking for an improved disguise? This should be a place to start. Oh, okay. Okay, well, we'll probably come back to that one later. Let's set off to the antenna to begin with. Cautiously, you begin to walk along the edge of the settlement. Finally, you get your first real impressions of Oceania blood. Suddenly, the place comes to life. From a distance, you can hear engine noises and other even stranger sounds. Beep beep. Yeah, go on this side of the road, not the middle of the road, otherwise we're gonna go kasplat. Continue away undisturbed along the wall. Phew, everyone here seems to be particularly bothered by the presence of a cat. You keep walking, you notice a pattern. Middle of the road seems reserved for the clunky carbon-emitting machines and the Oceania bloodlings. Narrow sides for those who want to move with their own bodily extensions. Amazing how much habitat the Oceania bloodlings sacrifice to their means of transportation. When they get into town, the more residents come out of their homes. There's so many of them, especially considering this is such a small colony. I remember seeing metropolises from orbit. The idea of being the first of your kind to make contact with these beings makes you shiver once more. Conversations filter into your auditory organs. Chatter. Sometimes melodic, sometimes terse and aggressive. As opposed to new development. Based on these language examples, I was able to create a translation matrix for the Oceania bloodling language. Simultaneous translation launched. Some use the muscle-powered wheels, others are in motorized vehicles, others on foot. The area is getting crowded. We're glad not to have gotten sidetracked earlier. After a few more near misses, you've arrived at your destination, the antenna. Yay, we didn't die. Or run into any hunters at least. Meet the twins. Oh god, this is going to turn into The Shining or something. In order to leave this planet, you need to first get to the antenna alive. So far you're doing badly. In all civilized worlds, it takes about 10 or 20 generations between the development of motorized vehicles and good drivers. Yeah, about that. I mean, motorized vehicles have been around for what, like a good 100 years or so, and good drivers, yeah, definitely has not improved. The Oceania bloodlings are, by your estimate, still 19 generations away from this crucial cultural achievement. Just to confirm this, Oceania bloodling vehicle misses you by a tentacle width and blows a cloud of exhaust fumes into your face. Quickly leave the main road and turn into a quite a side street. I know Oceania bloodlings are about to accidentally run over your cat form with their muscle-powered vehicles. You can even admire the simple houses built of wood and natural stone for a quiet moment. Us starts giving you instructions. Turn right here, please. In 200 oracles, bear left. Please turn around. We're confused, us. Did you navigate me into a dead end? Right, probably because they don't realize it's on top of the building. Ocean Blondie's architecture is more confusing than I had anticipated. Doesn't seem to be a single straight road in this place. I lost visual contact with the antenna. No, you got. Hey, there, you're lost. No, worse, you got me lost. Okay, what do we do now? Stay positive. Okay, what do we do now? Us usually monotone voice seems to take on a happy inflection. Maybe you're just imagining it. Well, Commander, you can climb up on one of the rooftops to re-establish visual contact. Catform walks around in a circle. Walls of the houses seem horribly steep. Should you risk changing your form? And there's a rustling sound behind you. Turn around. Okay, not the twins I was imagining. Right. They're gonna be the bully types, by the sounds of it. To your great surprise, you suddenly find yourself facing two Oceanic bloodlings blocking the exit of the cul-de-sac. Last half an hour, you only seen a tentacle full of Oceanic bloodlings. All kind of look the same to you. The two facing you now seem to be identical to each other. You wonder how widespread the use of cloning is in this society. It isn't yet. Only by birth, pretty much. If you had twins, or triplets, or quadruplets. Your ability to sense danger when you're developed through years of training as a field researcher kicks in. As you try to move past the ocean and bloodlings out the alley, they block your way. Realize, does the creature have sinister intentions? Look, Willie, another customer for our hair salon. I believe you're right, Peter. It really looks like it needs a haircut, not just the tips. Yeah, it looks like it needs a whole new hairstyle, and a dye. No idea what these Oceanic bloodlings are talking about, but you already don't like it. A wicked laugh spreads across the creature's face as they grab you by the back of the neck and rudely yank you off the ground, helplessly dangle in the air. Yeah, waiting to see what they are up to, not good, so ask us for help. Panicky, quite know not to be heard by the Oceanic bloodlings, you whisper into your eternal communicator. Us, what's happening to me? Why can't I move? Oh, right, because of the scruff of the neck. Right. There appears to be a structural weakness in your current form, Commander. Where your eternal nerves are distributed right now, you experience a total loss of control as soon as someone lifts you up by the scruff of the neck. Of course, what a rookie mistake. Oceanic bloodlings drag you unceremoniously through the side alleys. All the while, they joke amongst themselves about a process they call having a makeover. Finally, you reach a dark backyard. I also just realized that they're wearing Avengers shirts. Yeah, these guys, for whatever reason, remind me of Sid from Toy Story. Just a little bit more skinnier. Or, I should say, smaller heads. Anyway, how do you believe your eyes? Crammed into a small box, you see a cat. It's in poor condition. Oh no. Wide strips of fur have been shaved off, and some of its elegant whiskers appear to be cut off or plucked out. Creature is visibly frightened. At the sight of the strangely identical Oceanic bloodlings, it begins to hiss wildly and arches back. Oceanic bloodlings laugh at the sight of the tortured creature. Dude, see how it's freaking out. Dude, I have to have this on video. This is dope. Yeah. Can we kill these guys? Man, if only we had a fucking blaster, we'd absolutely incinerate these guys. Oceanic bloodling pulls out his data pad and starts filming the tortured cat. Yo fans, here's your boy Peter again with the new pet pranks. Oh, of course, there are also those prank video people. I already pranked Grandpa Weirder's cat with his new undercut, but it hasn't really learned to chill out and take a joke. And the more you open your mouth and say stuff, the more I fucking hate you. Ocean Building turns the datapad so that he himself is in the picture. Maybe it just needs to cool down a bit, Willie. On cue, the other Ocean Building dumps a bucket of water on the truck cat. Creature cries out and tries to get out of its cage, but there's no escape. Ocean Buildings laugh and laugh. Just a prank, dude. Need to take a joke, dude. God, I fucking hate these guys. I feel sick. Why are they doing this? You have to understand the behavior of the Ocean Buildings. Why are they doing this? Doing what they do to us? Most often when biological beings behave irrationally, the explanation is procreation, occult, or mental illness. I'll say to calculate quietly for a moment here. Your guess is as good as mine here. Suddenly, the attention of the strangely identical Oceana bloodlings, you're relatively sure they're clones, turns back to you, lifts you in the air a little higher and give you a toothy grin. Dude, I can't believe we found another one. Dude, I can't wait to finally start our channel. One of the clones points his datapad at you and starts filming you. What's up? Welcome back to Bavarian Prank Burrows. See, we pranked this kitty here that we found. The clone holds you up in one hand. In his other hand is a buzzing device. Suspect this to be the colorful fur, which was also used for the poor creature in the cage. Yo, we're breaking it a new hairdo. Remember, it's all a joke. The buzzing device comes closer and closer. Yeah, and the joke is supposed to be fucking funny. Our sounds in your ear, hint of panic in his voice. Commander, under no circumstances must he have your fur cut off. These are your organs that have been shaped to give the impression of fur. The device could expose you, perhaps even seriously injure you. Commander, are you listening? Commander? But you're not listening. Your mind is completely occupied with the cruelty of the clones. All you feel is rage. How dare they? Do these little carbon farts realize how many worlds you traveled? How many suns you seen rise? 42. 42, by the way. How the cruelty you see here makes your plasma boil. Didn't make this journey and survive this crash to be shaped by two oceanic bloodlings. Little cat body instinctively makes a hump and extends its claws. But you're not weak. You're a shape-shifting monster from the stars. You're smarter, more alien and more brutal than any nightmare these ridiculous clones or any of their ancestors have ever seen. They crawled out of their portal soup of their pathetic, petty world. You are very, very angry. Change into your combat form. Handle your capture has slipped and no longer clutches the sensitive area around your neck. Just as the buzzing device comes close enough to maim you, melt away in his hand. While trying to dodge the buzzing device, your head turns itself inside out. At the same time, a long, fleshy tentacle shoots out of your rear end. Use it to find a hole on the opposite wall and pull yourself out with the little grip of the torturer. And offer this hide and seek. Extend your standard shape and then grow out more limbs. Spike downward plates crystallize on the surface of your body. 6 powerful muscular legs form to support your colossal fighting form. You open your eyes. Yes, be afraid. Be very, very fucking afraid. The ocean buildings sit across from you on their knees, soft buzzing fur trimmers still in their hands. Their faces are white and warm liquid leaks from their into their clothing where their torso joins their legs. Ha! Fuck you. Now that's what I call a fucking prank. Carefully smash the box holding the captive cat and free it. And then you roar. Unsustainable war cry of your people. It makes the ground tremble and glass vibrate. Sounds for the very first time ever on this new world. Bare your teeth and direct your gaze towards the clones. You can sense their delicious fear. With a pointed scream, creatures leap up, tingling their limbs and shoving each other out of the way. Bolt out the alleyway without a single backward glance. And, in your opinion, you're a second too soon either. You couldn't have maintained that ridiculous form for much longer. Like a balloon leaking air, you collapse into your default shape. And I was hoping to at least harm them a little, but oh well. Hear the familiar cackle or crackle of your communicator. While this demonstration of your capabilities was certainly very satisfying, your ask considers it a major tactical error to allow 2 eyewitnesses to escape. It could compromise your cover. Better stop them, Commander. Yeah. Do we hunt them down or not? Okay, fuck it. I'm hunting them down. So, of course I was right, and with that, you take up the pursuit. In cat form, you run after the clones. The cool trail of you running that's dripping from both the clones' pants makes the pursuit very easy. Suddenly the trail branches out. Prey decide to split up. All the better. Okay, let's go into the dark side alley first. Spot the creature before it sees you. The ocean building stands at the other end of the trash bin filled with a cul-de-sac, desperately searching for an exit. When the shadow of your cat form falls on him, turns to face you. His skin is pale, his eyes wide, his limbs trembling. What kind of monster are you? Stay the hell away, I'm warning you. I was fur cutter towards him, trembling as if wielding a particularly puny sword. Can we dispose of him in the garbage bin? Or drug him? Nah, garbage bin. It's only appropriate for a bully like him. Slowly you move towards the creature at the other end of the alley. Their panic contrasts with the absolute calm which you move. The ocean building suddenly jumps up and tries to run past you, but to no avail. From one moment to the next, thick tentacles form on your sides. Before the ocean bloodling can let out a scream, grab it and stuff it into one of the trash cans. Lock the opening with some junk that is laying around. Creature's panic cries are almost completely muffled by the amount of trash piled on top of it. You're sure no one will find him until you leave this planet. We should still take care of the other ocean and bloodling, Commander. But you've already thought of everything. Little by little, your body takes the shape of the clone you just captured. No problem. So we got to transform into him. Being in the skin of ocean and bloodling feels strange. Mr. Cat's elegance and grace, you can do without the constant urge to choke out walls of fur. This bipedal form takes some getting used to, but you begin to march through the alleyways until you hear a familiar voice. Where's the beast? It didn't follow me. Hands stuffed into his pockets, the other clone approaches you. Kicks a small tin cylinder that flies scattering against the wall. If the world needed further proof of this creature's senseless yearning for destruction. Damn, now we don't have any kitties at all, will he? The ocean of building freezes, looks at you suspiciously. Didn't notice anything? The kind is notorious for its ability to imitate other life forms perfectly. The idea that a perfect stranger would be able to see through your sight would be, fascinating, I guess. Species that could be used as slurs against the shape-shifting abilities of your kind, thought it alone makes you shiver. That'd be the end of the Traxian Empire. Thank fate for leading you to this planet before others could discover these strange beings. But now, it's me. Me, you found Oceana bubbling voice. Willie, asked helpfully surprised. Willie. Oceana bubbling tilts his head. Something's wrong with you. He narrows his eyes. Do oceanic blondelings think with the help of their visual organs? Oh man, he opens them wide. She had that kitty all by herself? Admit it. Commander, I've now collected enough data to lower the threat level of this creature. It's an idiot. Harsh but accurate. Where's the naked kitty? Yeah, behind you. Okay, we can grab him to lock him away, or drug him. Yeah, let's grab him so we can lock him away. This is almost too easy. Change your form slightly, stretch yourself higher, and strengthen your arm muscles, so you can grasp the oceanic blondeling with ease. Hey, what the? Willie? Willie? Without him ever noticing what's going on, you push him headfirst into a foul-smelling trash can. Bend the lid to trap him inside. Sure, he'll get out of it, eventually. Outraged screams echo behind you on your way out of the alley. Well, they definitely got their comments, but man, I wish we had our blaster, but anyway. Excellent, Commander. Recommendation. Return to the primary objective before you embarrass us even more on this mission. Chuckle softly. Us is probably just jealous of your skills. Okay, to the antenna. In 900 quabels, you have reached your destination. Your sounds in your ear. 2 feet for walking is objectively not enough, especially with this kind of gravity. How do these oceanic blondelings manage? You toy with the idea of turning back into a cat, just to move it a little easier, but quickly dismiss the idea again. There it is, the antenna from which you must send a message to hail a rescue ship. And which you have to convert first, all without being seen by the locals. In front of you see a large square with a fountain, a few trees and some kind of pole. On the square are several small impromptu booths and dozens of happy oceanic blondelings with nothing better to do than stroll among the colourful huts, chatting, loitering, and generally being eyewitnesses to everything you need to do at the antenna. Yeah, looks like a few stalls. Why am I seeing like little minions there? Yeah, that's like guest stall. I see pretzels, fairy floss. Get a little sick with fright. What's going on here? Whatever's going on here is not commonplace for these people. You're pretty sure of that. Maybe it's some kind of religious holiday or a state occasion. One corner of the square there is a small stage on which some oceanic blondelings are sitting and breathing into tin tubes as if tortured. That's just a music band, you're okay. Sound makes your tentacle tips curl. This is the oceanic blood virgin music. You will personally lead the invasion forces. I mean, it's not all that bad. A stout oceanic blondeling is standing next to the band and is listening with a strange and mischievous expression. He is very well fed, so he could be the chief or the chairman of the board. You've been to enough scientific conferences across the universe to recognize when a leader is waiting to make his speech. Must be the mayor of the town. Break into the antenna and let's listen to the speaker. Brass music fades away and you thank Frog for it. Several oceanic blondelings, on the other hand, are visibly disappointed by the development. The important-looking oceanic blondeling then steps onto the stage and begins his speech. Dear citizens, friends and voters, today is a special day for again, not even going to try and pronounce the town's name. Finally, we put our 3G transmission tower into operation today. Speaker points to the antenna at the edge of the square, the one you were trying to make your way to. Finally, we don't have to miss out on digitality and cyber. Quickly ask us, did you translate that correctly? Those aren't real words. That's what the Oceana Bloodling said. Maybe he doesn't quite know what he's talking about, as most of them do. The speaker continues. In keeping with the motto of our beautiful state, Bavaria, where the principle meets potential, special thanks of course to our citizens initiated around Handy Huber and his mobile shop. He points to an individual in the crowd who waves back in a friendly manner. Well, you'll be notified by the latest cyber eye smartphones. Subdued applause from the crowd of onlookers. Only one individual from the edge of the square shouts, "Chatter is the only thing there to amplify the chemtrails mind control beams. Wake up, sheeple." No one in the audience bats an eye. But it's unfair they're just used to it by now. They're just tuning it out. It's like, whatever. That's just Harold. Don't mind him. So, cyber kids, warm up your modem so you can play Pokemon Go. For the adults among us, we will have a hearty wheat beer. Much stronger applause this time. Music starts and a large Oceana Bloodling leaves the stage to go over to the stand, where there are several yellowish liquid in big containers. After listening to the speech, you have even more questions than before. What's the deal with this troublemaker and his banner? Commander, keep a low profile, but I think we've been watched by a yellow-haired Oceana Bloodling. I suggest proceeding with our mission as quickly as possible before you cause a stir of some kind. No, not that. Yeah, let's look at the yellow-haired Oceana Bloodling. Please do not look at the yellow-haired Oceana Bloodling, Commander. But I didn't. You turned your head almost 180 degrees, and your ass is not sure the Oceana Bloodling body can even do that. If you're not careful, it will notice you. No, the Oceana Bloodling won't have noticed anything. Oh, it's a lady. Hi. Hello, Peter. Are you looking for me? The Oceana Bloodling who has noticed you because of your... I noticed you because of your staring ass. Oh, right. I forgot that guy. What's all this here? Maybe you can make some sense of this event after all. We'll find out how to scatter the Oceana Bloodlings. What's the reason for this celebration? Is today an Oceana Bloodling holiday? I forgot. Another person looks amused. What are you talking about today? Today they're opening the 3G tower. The village will finally have actual reception. Our town finally rises in the 21st century. Smartphones will become more than just cameras with a Wi-Fi connection. We've been waiting for this day for months. You're being eyed skeptically, but you know that. Are you going to record prank videos today with your new YouTube channel? I think most prank videos are just sadistic, nasty crap from inhuman fools. Suddenly the other Oceana Bloodling blushes. Well, but I'm sure you'll do it differently, Peter. Yeah, I hate to tell you, but hopefully they won't be causing any trouble for a little bit, but we have to go. Therefore, somehow you have to get out of this. Fascinating. Unfortunately, I have to leave because, what was the whispering to communicator? Us? Activate the universal excuse generator. Activating. Please, wait. Your excuse is... I have to take my gore blocks for a walk, you say to Oceana Bloodling. Remember immediately that you never used this feature of us. Do Oceana Bloodlings know what a gore blocks is? Oh, did you get a dog? That's so cool. Can I come and visit him? I always thought you were more of a cat person after all. You always asked me when you could babysit my Pinky. Goldblocks is a funny name, but I like it. I really need to... Yes, of course. But if you're back at the festival later, I'll be over there next to the stage. Feel free to drop by. I'm responsible for the sound system. Maybe I'll get to play some real music later on. Oceana Bloodling looks longingly over the brass band. You use this short distraction and disappear in the direction of the antenna. But as fascinating as the ocean and blood culture may be to some, you have limited time and more important things to do. But the hustle and bustle also benefits you. Entrance to a small maintenance building under the antenna is covered by the backs of some of the booths, so you can get to the work relatively shielded from the view. After a short search, you find a small metal door. The entrance to the facility. You walk towards the door and press the archaic door handle, and find that the door is locked. Of course it is. We can try getting under the door, I guess. We could just shapeshift into something small, like maybe a mouse or something. Okay, so let's try that one. Take a look at the gap in the door. Might be tricky, but you think you'll be able to flatten your body enough to fit through the gap. Cautious glance, you make sure that no ocean and bloodlings happen to be looking. Then you get started. To an outside observer, it looks like your body is collapsing, melting under the crack of the door. Half your body is already moved to the other side when you hear a sharp crunching sound. Your medikit. Shit. Why is it too big to fit under the door gap? Oh, to the other side, what can go wrong without our trusty medikit? On the side of the door, you inflate back to your clone form and drop to your knees for a few minutes. Incredibly exhausting to flatten yourself like that. You used to be a champion in weighing limbo. How could you get out of shape so badly? You return to civilization, you self-prescribe more exercise and fewer snacks. Right after your hooray, survived Ocean the Blood victory buffet, of course. Of course. Then you hear footsteps outside the door. Oh no. Panicking, you round the door, tugging and twisting at the clunky handles the Ocean and Bloodling have installed here. When the door finally opens, your worst fears are confirmed. Medikit is gone. It fell into the hands of one of the Ocean and Bloodlings. Manna, congratulations on having violated precisely 14 rules of interstellar conduct in quick succession. This will be noted on your personal record and will result in multiple disciplinary actions. Go team! Great. Linger in the doorframe for a while longer, but it's no use. You have to make it off this planet without your equipment. Your eyes adjust to the dark. It takes you a few moments to get an overview. The room is small and apparently not designed for Ocean and Bloodlings to spend any length of time in. In the semi-darkness, you notice a few cables going up through the ceiling of the room into the actual antenna. A few blinking boxes on the wall you think are primitive positron computers. Thank you, Commander. Please take a close look at the unit. I need to know what frequencies the Ocean and Bloodlings use to encode their primary vectors. How many gigazacks the local variant of a neutron converter emits? What alloys the primary oscillator is made of? What? Yeah, I did not make any understanding of what he said. Too many technical terms. Yeah, pretend you know exactly what Ars is talking about. Wesker Bros on the planet DM5 have a saying, fake it till you make it. Whenever someone asks you questions about technical matters, you simply start throwing around irrelevant sounding terms, just as if you knew what they were talking about. Apparently, the primary oscillating body is made of a uranium nickel alloy. A positron receiver can visualize up to 600 petawatts of microquanta, and the string buffer appears to run on exotic glutens. So far, no one has noticed. Right, thank you. Interesting that the Ocean and Bloodlings have constructed a facility without scalar wave technology. That complicates things a bit. We're going to need some parts to be able to use the equipment for beyond light transmission. To make this device suitable for beyond light communication, we need a scalar wave generator that uses a quantum entangled micro-oscillator. Eyes glaze over and wander off, as they so often do when it comes to technical details. Look around the room. One corner of the ocean and bloodling technician has left some trash, perhaps food packaging. Between the plastic and the element info, you see the portrait of one of the ocean and bloodlings in a kind of uniform. Text on the picture informs you that you can collect and trade all your favorite footballers. Must be some kind of trading place for slaves. Not exactly. We're a few decades ahead of that now. You had been a few centuries earlier. There were definitely trading places for that stuff, unfortunately, but anyway. You realize that us hasn't been talking for a while. Yeah, I expected to respond. Yes, well, that's correct. I totally agree with you, Us, but where do we find those items on this planet? That's the critical question. What do you suggest? Okay, I think we ask the locals, because I'm sure they'll have more information. Sure there's somebody who works on this. Why don't we just ask some of the locals? Maybe one of them can help? Also is considering the answer. That is a good idea, Commander. When it comes to technical details, please let me do the talking. Will that work? You just say blah blah blah, and I translate it to the ocean and bloodling understand exactly what we're looking for. Okay, you like the solution that don't require you to remember too many details. You step out from behind the stalls and mingle. Think hard about which of the ocean and bloodlings looks like the most knowledgeable here. Then you decide it doesn't really matter and just approach the next best ocean and bloodling. Approach the ocean and bloodling leaning on a crane. Clearly a specimen with experience. If anyone knows where to find the latest technology, it's this oceanic bloodling. Excuse me, fellow citizen. Beautiful day today, right? Only today would be better if I knew where to find a, whatever that is. Counterpart looks at you for a while. I don't understand what that's supposed to be. What do you do with it? Oh, all my peer group friends have a similar thing. You can use it to isolate quacks and gluons. Do you know where I too could purchase such a device? Quarks, eh? In that case, I would ask Farmer Gussel. He knows all about quark. Excellent, you have a destination. Okay, yeah, we're going to a farm. That was one place I didn't think we'd be going to. Unless we're gonna start making crop circles. Tired and panting, you drag yourself up the hilly road in the direction the ocean of bloodling has sent you. How are we for time, Us? Squeezed. Very squeezed. Well, I hope to be squeezing some ass soon. And if we're going to be having a buffet, there's definitely going to be something being squeezed out of my ass. Anyway, but you can't help taking a break. Why is this whole planet just mountains and hills, damn it? Given the extreme gravity on this planet and having to move on only two legs, you find all this very tiring. Finally, you have reached the top of the hill. At the end of the winding path, you see a small dwelling. Must be it. You're supposed to find a quantum vector here. What's the name of the component we're looking for again? We're looking for Actually, it doesn't matter. Sure, you'll tell me when we find it. So, do you think we'll be in the right place? Because this sector doesn't really look like the high-tech to me. And as for the stench creeps into your nose, when you an interstellar traveler who has visited countless planets with atmospheres of various compositions feel slightly sick. Since our senses do not sound alarm, the scent must be not be life-threatening. Hard to believe. Well, I mean, we are on a farm now, and trust me, when you are around, especially sheep and cows, they shit and piss everywhere, and it fucking stinks. Phase 1 of your go to the scalar wave generator plan is now complete. On to phase 2, find the scalar wave generator. You approach the buildings. You were expecting to find a technically advanced facility, but the building complex looks more rustic. It surrounds the entire area, currently confining a herd of farm animals. You can make out some houses further back. One building is in the very same style as the residential buildings in the Oceana Building Village, only larger. Another area to be a machine storage unit. Lastly, you notice a long building, presumably for the animals. What strange place is this? An amusement park or breeding facility? Probably a breeding facility. Trouble is, you have seen similar places. Endomorpha Ripley 6 reproduce parasitically. Offspring are deposited in large, specifically bred creatures, which then eat them from the inside and burst forth from them in an unsightly explosion of innards and bodily fluids. That sounds familiar. I also just realized it is a reference to said movie about an alien, seeing as it's named after Ripley. Firstly, most adult endomorphs vegan pacifists. You're pretty sure you're dealing with something similar here. Spellbound, you bought some of the farm animals, hoping to witness the birth of an ocean of bloodling life. That's not how it works. God, I hope it doesn't work like that in the future at some point. That'd be very gross. So the creature produces brown droppings of yet to be determined composition. Yeah, that's where the smell is coming from. Shake off their fascination and decide to continue the mission. Now let's speak to the residents. Decide on a direct approach. Either you'll manage to get the needed components directly thanks to your charm, or you'll at least find out where the ocean of bloodlings keep them, so you can steal them later. As you enter the terrain, I'll highlight some metal cylinders on the side. These are some of these objects. They are perfect take-on focus lenses. Head straight into the facility residential building. You see two creatures in front of the facility, one with lush facial hair and one with long hair braided into brown braids. Let's go for the one with the fur on his face. Oh, hey there. Oh, he's got like a little flower in his hat, that's cute. Time to walk towards the ocean building near the equipment shed. With his magnificent beard and narrowed eyes, he radiates some motherly aura. But as soon as you come closer, this peaceful picture shudders. I don't know what you're up to, lad, but you better turn around real quick. Only Iron cows are allowed on this meadow, and you don't look like a cow. Damn, your ocean building is in the way of your rescue plan. Now let's disguise as a cow. So I'm gonna turn it into a cow. Oh, cow, I think he's trying to say. It is pronounced cow, and why not simply another kitty? I don't remember the shape. Probably wouldn't get it right without seeing one again. Also, you have some desire to be a cow. The relaxed demeanor of these animals, you have never seen anything quite like it on another planet. Gaze over the larger farm animals at the other end of the meadow. She looks quite cozy. 4 legs, a tail for defense, a fashionable blonde sack, and interesting fur colors. Turn it to worse. Quietly you approach the pack and begin to your transformation. Legs stretch, eyes shift, hands become hooves. The transformation is well underway. Somehow the process seems much more strenuous than usual. Not because the creature is so big. Only with great effort do you manage to complete the transformation. But when you're finally done, you're satisfied with yourself and you trot back towards the building. Yay, we're a cow! Okay, where do we go next? You can probably check out the barn first. The cow farm, you should probably be able to explore the area without any problems. Mercifully, you cross the meadow again, heading directly towards the building. Mission Blondling is still sitting in his vehicle, staring to where your coin ran off just a few minutes ago. Only when you pass him does he look at you. Let's see, which one are you? Bessie? Bella? Bianca? No, the code is not right. Beatrix? Barbarella? Bonsai? Damn, if only I had my glasses with me. Whew. At least you don't have any glasses with you. Man jumps from his vehicle and stands in your way. Doesn't matter which one you are. What are you doing here? What are you doing here, my pretty? Why aren't you down the meadow with your friends? Man, that guy just won't leave you alone. No use getting aggressive, at least for now, so let's go into the stables. Try to push past the ocean and bowling into the barn. Hope to start your search and you hope that he loses interest. Enter a large building where you expect the cows to be and start having a look around. Normally the creature follows you. The barn is long and lined with a lot of wood. Just when you're wondering if there's something of interest here at all, suddenly sounds the alarm. There, do you see those metal cylinders? They're exactly what we need. Oh, cool. Got it on the first go. Having large objects at the edge of the wall, Ocean Blondling also follows your gaze, and suddenly his face expression brightens. Did I skip you this morning when milking everyone? And let's fix that quickly, my dear. Oh no, I'm about to get milked. Oh no. What does milking mean? Fractional gland fluid for further processing. Do you think this creature will finally leave me alone if I allow it to milk me? I'd say yes. Oh, I'm sure there's some of you out there that would like a different kind of milking of this alien creature. Fine. Try everything once, they say. Ocean the Blondling approaches your side with a bucket and a small stool. Oh dear, don't worry. I even got warm hands. It's time, let's get started. Don't yield as much as I thought it would. Alright, I'll leave you alone then. See you later, my dear. With a gentle pound in your rear end, he leaves you alone in the barn. Alistair's voice sounds unusually caring as I ask you, how do you feel, Commander? Dreamy. I don't like that you enjoyed it a little bit too much. I feel like a peculiarly pleasant tentacle. Let's enjoy that. I think. Feel like a nice, thorough, scalpel tip massage. God, I hope it was not a different kind of tip. Fortunately, I don't know what that means exactly. It's similar to having your eye stalk stomachs needed. I don't know what that feels like either. Imagine your sucker reflex zones getting gently. Is that comparable to defragmenting the sensor reflex? Yes, I guess it's just a biological life thing that's hard to explain to others, which we don't need any further explanations for. In that case, please turn into something a bit more practical and let us find the necessary components. Of course. Try to shed your cow form and take on the shape of the ocean and bloodling again, but you can't. Heart starts racing. Breathing accelerates. Why aren't you transforming? We need to go. I can't change my form. What's going on? Focus on the hooves and try to transform it into a sucker. Instead of the usual feeling, you only notice a pulling sensation, like on a sore muscle, or more like a cramp. But it's not obeying you anymore. As speaks up again, there is genuine simulated concern in his voice. Commander, gone through my medical database. Do they have the following symptoms? Ringing in the ears, muscle cramps, abdominal pain, and or a swollen thorax bladder? Yes, all of these. When was the last time you had breakfast gruel? Oh no. Okay, so we can't. So we're low on gruel juice. Today, just before the crash? Wait, no, I spilled that one. Then, before my last mission. So how to eat healthy in your line of work. Those royalty might say that. I was just trying to scare you. You are demonstrating vitamin 5 deficiency symptoms. As you know, vitamin 5 is crucial for your shape-shifting ability. Due to the many stressful transformations of today and your frequently terrible eating habits, body's reserves are depleted. Now what? The voice almost fails. Without the vitamin 5, you're stuck in this form. However, there's no evidence so far of a source of animal fight anywhere on this planet. And since your home does not have the tentacles or hands required to make the necessary additions to the oceanic blending antenna, I'm afraid I don't really see how we can complete our escape. Oh shit, we're stuck here as a cow now. Are we gonna fall in love with another cow now? Because I mean, we fell in love with a bull last time. Pregnant pause. I've never heard of that saying before. Okay, that's a weird. Don't know why you need to put pregnant in that, but that's why he pronounces the inevitable verdict. I'm sorry, Commander. I fear we're stuck here. Forever. Oh shit. No, this is an actual ending. I was not expecting it to end like this. This is how your new life starts. During the day you are in the meadow with the cows. Occasionally you are still being milked, but since you do not produce milk, the farmer soon stops this. Sometimes you try to escape, but the electro height fence is an insurmountable obstacle. Every now and then you consider simply approaching the ocean of buildings and revealing yourself but the risk of perishing on a dissection table is just too great. Days turn into weeks. Ours keeps you company. Apparently the ocean of buildings never found your crash site, so your AI can continue to keep in contact with you. Oh yay! Because when I went and hid the spaceship amongst the brush and whatnot, I wasn't able to burn down the trees because I didn't select the blaster. So in the evening, when the rest of the herd is asleep, talk about all on sun-dry. Helps to keep the monotony away. Weeks turn into months. Seasons are slowly changing. Days on your farm are getting shorter and the air is getting cooler. We're eavesdropping on the ocean and blondlings as they discuss the approaching winter. Cows will be locked in the barn on the first snow. Enjoy your last evenings of freedom in this knowledge. Lost in thought, you gaze across the mountains and higher up still into the faraway stars. So familiar and yet so far away. Your breath forms peaceful puffs in the clear autumn sky. Suddenly something catches your attention. Us, can you see this too? The air's voices become very faint and is often drowned out by crackles and static. Even in its ultra energy ascending mode, us won't be able to talk to you for much longer. What do you mean, Commander? A star there. It's moving. Is it coming towards us? Strain your eyes. Yes, definitely. Something is flying there out on the horizon and is drawing rapidly closer. It seems to be shaped like a flat disc. Oh. This isn't going where I think it's going. I don't have an oceanic blending flying object with this configuration in my database, Ars says. Without warning, you obey to the bright light. Oh no! We're getting abducted! Oh no. Something is pulling you up. A tractor beam. You arrive in a chamber completely lined with chrome. Two grey humanoids and with enormous heads appear in the doorway. Seem to be engaged in conversation. Don't understand why we examine another one of these animals. We've been sticking pros into these creatures for over 50 years now. Isn't it enough at some point? You ask me, it's a fetish. It's a fetish. Someone in the science department. Anyway, orders are orders. You go ahead and warm up the analyzer. I'll start the recording. Oh great, the butt-probing kind of aliens. You immediately recognize these beings as Rembalorians. Just as one of them approaches your rear end with a metal object, you speak to them. People used to give each other flowers beforehand, but I guess romance is dead. Rembalorian's probe falls out of his hand in shock. Yeah, don't worry, I'm one of you guys, not an actual cow. Little lady, you look down from the cabin at the planet growing smaller and smaller below you. A crash ship dangles trapped in the tractor beam just below the Grumbalorian research vessel. As the central processing core has already been brought on board and connected to a new power source. Oh yay, that actually helped us. Up here, this planet looks almost nice. Almost inviting. Almost. Yours is currently writing a final report, Commander. What is your final verdict on the ocean of bloodlings? Take a deep breath. After all, you are professional. Was killed by clones in the back alley, and suffered through their horrible village fate, and suffered in a milk gulag for several months. Immature and uncouth, and cruel species that exploit the suffering of others. The only thing these barbarians should have first contact with is a planet-wide antimatter attack. Roger that. Send a report. As you lean back in your bunk, the planet below you disappears into the darkness of space. Don't look back after it. And this is just another weird ending. Want to be lifted. But yeah, we got abducted by other aliens, but at least we got saved and hopefully returned to our home planet at some point. So yay. We didn't get fucking dissected or have anything shoved up our butts, but with that we'll be moving on to any more endings on this side of the story now. Okay, let's try talking to the one with braids this time. Hi there. Oh. What you doing here, hun? What's wrong with the translated program? Looks like it can't account for accents. Yeah, what's wrong with the translation program? Look towards the ocean and bloodling, hoping that this is an acceptable answer to its questions. Try to communicate with the ask quietly. Ask, what's wrong with the translation matrix? I'm not sure, Commander. The ocean of bloodling seems to be speaking in code. Perhaps some dialect that seems to contradict certain laws of grammar. Subroutines just give me syntax errors. Person looks at you questioningly. Questioning and a bloodling looks at you with narrowed eyes. Don't I know you? You live here in the village, don't you? Nod, yes. Not slowly. Instantly, the ocean of bloodling's whole attitude changes. Oh, why didn't you say so? I thought you were one of the tourists who needed the whole farm life stick. And now I recognize you. You're one of Rottweiler's boys. Willie or Peter? Anyway, what brings you here? Yeah. Do you have a microwave generator and a metal tube? Do you have a microwave generator and a metal tube, you ask hopefully? A what? Microwave? Metal tube? Yeah, I guess so. Why? The mission is going like clockwork. May I see them, you demand? You're a really weird kid, you know that. There's some kind of joke from the village. Commander, speaks up. Maybe try a little less direct. Why did the ocean bloodling think you were a tourist? Is something wrong with your cover? You decide to ask. Why did you think I was a tourist? Oh, a new group was supposed to arrive today, but it seems they cancelled at the last minute. You know that we rent rooms for farm vacations? If you didn't, now you know. City kids need to get out a bit. They see parents need to know why the organic butter costs twice as much as the normal one. Because our cows are treated well, you know. Oh, we definitely know. We spent several months as one of your cows, so Clarence wanders off into the distance. Well, the first question I always get is, what's the internet like here? And the internet here is, well, you know yourself. Reminds me, we could really do with a real website, so that people can find out about us. Yeah, definitely living out in the countryside, albeit seems like a nice idea, just kind of escape from like the city life and how peaceful it sounds. As somebody who lives in a country town, it's definitely not all cracked out to be. There's jack shit all to do, and the internet and the phone service out here are shit. So, yeah, it's not great if you want to live out here full time. It's for vacation? Yeah, sure, go ahead, but yeah. Anyway, suddenly her eyes focus on you again. You're young, aren't you? I'm sure you know a lot about the internet and stuff. Perhaps you can help me. Yes, for a price. Of course I can help you, dear fellow Oceana Broadling. However, I also need something as compensation. Microwave generator and one of those objects. Rachel looks a little confused. The milk jugs? I'd be happy to give you one of those, but keep in mind microwave. If you want one, why don't you go to the electrical store in town? It's got offers on right now. Alright, at least something. You follow the Oceana building inside the housing unit. Here's the computer, so you can get started. Do you want a drink? Get you a caller from the basement. Those words, the Oceana building leads you alone in what looks like a cross between a computer room and a food preparation. As so many often do when it comes to technology, you turn to AI, of course. Ask, could you set up an advertising page in an unknown computer system of an alien civilization for a service about which we have almost no data, which is supposed to be appealing to the psychology we don't understand? As an AI designed for stellar navigation, as well within my range of abilities. Please connect your communication device to the computer. Connections should fit. I may need some help with the calculations. Roll your eyes. Typical. You'll have to do all the hard part again. Just seconds after you unplug your communicator, the Oceana building appears in the doorway again, carrying a bottle of black liquid. Finished already? Wow, you kids are so fit with all this. The Oceana building looks at a page happily. Nice, very nice. Really satisfied. You know, I don't normally do this, after all. I should reward enough for the artist, but I want to give you 20 euros for it. I think the website is worth that kind of investment. With that, it leaves the kitchen again. Look to your left. There is a microwave generator, right there. Exactly what we need. You are suggesting the following action. Grab one of those so-called milk jugs, cement on the device, and run before anyone can stop you. We're already halfway off the farm with the microwave generator before us has finished their recommendation. Aw, I was hoping to be able to choose not to steal from them. They seem like nice people. Well, at least we've got two of those things now. Time. Yeah, it's time. From a distance you already see the majestic construction that will help you escape from this planet, the antenna. Health alert. You're carrying too much. Please take a break as soon as possible. Oh great, we're over encumbered. Of course we are. For all the effort you voluntarily form gills all over your body, desperately sucking in fresh air to cool your organs. Speed up a bit. Health alert, you're carrying too much. Please take a break as soon as possible. Air monitoring is beyond my direct control. I can't turn the warnings off. Please ignore this request. Health alert, you are carrying too much. Please take a break as soon as possible. Panting with exertion, you continue your journey. No. You can only hope that the crowd at the village fair will have disappeared or dispersed by now, so that you can at least work undisturbed. Feels like forever before you reach the destination. You made it! There it stands, the antenna, surrounded by market stalls richly decorated with blue and white symbols. And these market stalls are now much better attended than before. Places teeming with Oceana bloodlings. Let's take the direct route. Don't know how walking around the crowd would work in our favor, but one thing that could happen to you now would be to find out so close before the goal, especially for something as mundane as transporting a microwave generator in a milk tube. But it would be equally absurd to collapse from exhaustion, so you decide to not take any detours and just find your way through the crowd. More than once you have to suppress your natural instincts and collide with people instead of avoiding them by a subtle shifting. Every muscle in your body is on fire, and you're so exhausted you're on the verge of puking out your cerebral bladder. To your surprise, the ocean and bloodlings pay little attention to you. There are some puzzled looks, but nobody stops you or your strange cargo. Phew. Finally, you reach the antenna. Good to see that the door is still held by a small stone, just as you left it. At least one thing that's working today. Okay, Commander, I'm now showing you the next steps on the display. First, the microwave generator needs to be converted into a scalar wave emitter, and this is how full-real formulas and blueprints begin to flash around your field of vision. Feel dizzy. Can I just catch my breath for one moment? Drag this stuff halfway across the planet, and this is horrific in this gravity. If you take it right now, you might as well look for a place to live somewhere around here, because then we will never leave this place. Someone's snappy today. I'm sorry, but I think some animals must have gone into the crash site and are messing with my self-control circuits. Let's hurry to get out of here. You start growing different tools from your fingers to disassemble the ocean and bloodling machine. Back in the antenna building, you immediately turn off the DIY rescue project. Oh, so how much time do I have left? I superimposes a timer on your field of view. It's really close to running out. Oh, Flog, turn it off again. It's stressing me out. Nearly started working on the device. Stare at the hastily constructed monstrosity in front of you. It's not pretty, but... What's next? The device must now be placed on top of the antenna, if possible without being seen by anyone. How am I supposed to do that? You need a diversion. Helpful as always, us. Helpful as always. Leave the small room and survey the festival seedings. Layout of the festival hasn't changed since your previous visit. She's still selling exotic ocean and bloodling food. A centrifuge of ocean and bloodling children and strange sounds emanating from a stage across the festival ground. You suspect that it's either a musical performance or, much more likely, a public execution by acoustic torture. You take a deep breath. Oh god, I'm still feeling dizzy. Okay, let's try hacking the centrifuge. With enough speed, the thing will probably be able to catapult the human larvae several hundred quadruple away. That should be enough to distract the brood parents. Plus emits a long, monotonous buzzing sound. This usually does not bode well. Recommend action. Focus on the audio system. This should achieve results faster and also cause less collateral damage. Grumpily, you make your way to the stage. I want to do the centrifuge. The closer you get to the stage, the harder it is to endure the planet's music. Several tables of benches are set up in front of the stage, which are occupied by people swaying to the beat. Seems as if the audience experience produced for them by their culture industry has put them into some kind of trance. Of course, you can see the cables going into the speaker boxes. All seem to lead to a small, semi-concealed control console right next to the stage. Fortunately, a yellow-haired ocean building stands at the console and seems to be operating the technology there with an annoyed expression. We met her earlier. You noticed the same creature during their first visit to the antenna. She seems to be talking to her own AI, or is simply talking to herself. It's hard to tell. These cars can't hear a single note. Enough to... It will be me who gets all the complaints that didn't sound right, because the levels weren't set correctly. Why am I doing this to myself? While you're racking your two brain stems to figure out how to get access to the sound station, noticed the ocean building simply leaves it unattended. Richard walks towards one of the stalls set up at the edge of the fairground, one labeled Ladies' Room, which has a long queue in front of the entrance area. Think forward. At least one thing is going smoothly today. Just as you're about to tamper with the sound equipment, you're roughly pulled aside. Rotating, you look at the creature who just interrupted you. In the same face you were wearing right now. Based on one of the clones you copied earlier. Well, this is an alarming development. Actually, the building looks dirty and bruised. Well, hopefully he doesn't notice that we're not his brother. It's as if he had seen a cat with tentacles. When he catches sight of you, his eyes light up. Dude, finally, there you are. What are you doing? You don't have time for this. You have to go to the cops and let them know about that monster. So I anxiously searched the square. Dude, that thing could be anywhere. Oh, we should have fucking killed him. Yeah, you go ahead. Yes, monster, super important. Go ahead. I have to finish this and then I'll catch up with you. The ocean building looks irritated. Sorry, what? Dude, you don't have time to mess around. There's a shape-shifting monster on the loose end. Suddenly the ocean building falls silent mid-sentence. Stares at you in wide-eyed terror. You hear it? Smile deviously. I fucking know that. Momentarily you start to grin. Corners of your mouth stretch wider and wider. Wider than you ever seen on an oceanic bloodling. Grin spreads right out to your ears. Then your teeth grow in a gaping mouth. Sharp teeth. No one will believe you. What colors drain from the oceanic bloodling's face? Probably not the best time to finish the work. Oh yeah. And he starts to scream and runs off. Yeah, it's the time to finish your work. I thought I meant finishing the guy up, but yeah, no, we're finishing the destruction. You're not quite sure what reaction you expected, but you will not let this welcome destruction pass you by. After this short detour, you go back to the speakers and operating desk of the sound system. AI starts beeping frantically. Yeah, Commander, right here. What now? Let me have a go. Please plug in my communicator right there. In the display, ours highlights a specific slot. Inconspicuously, you let the communicator slip out of your body and insert it to the marked slot. Immediately, you notice the absence of Arthur's translation software. All the buildings around you are only speaking gibberish again. When Alice talks again, for the first time in ages, its voice does not come from inside your body. Ah, you missed this. I now have control over the sound system. What are we going to do to scare away the ocean and building, Commander? Are we go for heavy metal or your favorite song? Let's go with heavy metal. Ah, you mean the sound of scraping two plates of heavy metal together? Yeah, precisely. Perfect choice. You can take the communicator back now, and cover your ears. Suddenly a shrill screeching sound comes from the loudspeakers. Everybody visibly flinches. Terrified, the ocean of buildings look to the stage, to the speakers, to the sky, and then to your utter delight they run. Beginning, they only a few of them do, but then more and more ocean and buildings begin to run away, covering their ears with their hands. This is our chance, Commander. As with the square empties, more and more, you head back to the antenna. With a DIY transmitter under your arm, you climb the structure. Once you're at the top, you connect Alice's communicator. Yay? Short time later, slowly the sun sets on the horizon of the strange world, transforming the scary blue sky into a relaxing shades of red and orange. You watch the spectacle from the same hill on which you had your first view into the valley of this morning. The ocean and building settlement below, or human as they would put it, more and more electric lights are being switched on. You finally relax. I can't believe we made it. I never doubted you, Commander. I was pleased to say with your courtesy routines. I had given up all hope, you idiot. You get up. Realize that you're still on your ocean building form. Maybe we should come back sometime. As tourists or something. I can imagine this place Being quite nice of you not desperately trying to find an escape. Yes, I would be happy to accompany you. Meanwhile, the sky was a deep black. With relief, you can finally make out familiar stars. Ones are approaching with irregular movement. That will be our rescue ship. I recognize its search mode. Well, I'm going to head over to the crash site. Don't want them leaving without us. As you leave the clearing, you finally slip off the ocean and bloodling form. Nothing remains to be visited except for your footprints. And that's ending number 15. Voting. Yeah, voting it in. Okay, I'm just going to see what happens when we try to walk around the crowd, because I could only assume we end up get exhausted. I'll see if this leads to a different ending. It'd be so stupid to be found out so close before the goal. That's why you choose a more indirect path. Walk around the festival. No one pays attention to you as you make your way through the meadows on the edge of the festivities. You quietly make your way over to the stalls near your target, amazed that you can still sneak around while carrying this much cargo. That never works in virtual simulations. Finally you reach the small building underneath the antenna. Good to see the door is still held open by a small stone, just as you left it. At least one thing's working today. Oh. Okay, so that didn't really change anything. Well. Okay, let's try checking out the hut, see what these are about. Scattered around the square are several small, obviously probably stores, some wooden benches, and a strange machine with a lot of flashing lights. Very small oceanic buildings are sitting in this device and are driven around in circles on plastic imitations of oceanic blood animals. Most stores seem to sell different forms of oceanic bloodling food. Okay, there's food stalls. I'll take a look at the machine with the small oceanic bloodlings, with the people. Sure, let's look at the food stalls. All the fascination makes you take a closer look at the food stalls. Stand near you sells desserts and shareholder internal organs, hearts to be exact. They have little mottos on them, and in colourful sugar icing. For every yours you read aloud. Heart for Bavaria. Into Valerium. Can't help off. Maybe magic talismans? Yes. Next door offers dough strands twisted into delicate shapes. Us are suddenly very excited. Commander, go back. I need to see that folded bread again. We go back to look at the dough-covered breeds, or dough breeds. Except for the salt, you can't see anything out of the ordinary. Commander, this is quite a discovery. The shape is a perfect representation of the subspace hyperloop. Our best artificial intelligence has spent centuries creating such a shape, and yet we did it in the form of food. We're getting uncomfortable. Maybe these creatures do know more than you first thought. Keep a low profile, but I think we're being watched by yellow-haired oceanic bloodling, alright. But yeah, that just goes back to her. Yeah, let's look at the machine with the small oceanic bloodlings. The construction that transports oceanic bloodling larvae on plastic animals in a small circle. Imagine view of yes. Could that be a centrifuge for astronaut training? Quite possibly, Commander. But at this speed, I'm not going to have any significant training effects. The apparent inadequacy of the Ocean of Blood Space program lectures you a bit. They won't be able to follow you once you've taken off. You're sure of that. Keep a low profile. Okay, we've just been watched again. Okay, let's look at the people. The original buildings in the square seem to be one mix of ages and social classes. See some very small specimens, apparently the larval stage of the species, being led by the hand by their brood supervisors. Ghost is a group of fully grown oceanic buildings with and without facial fur sit on some benches with drinking mugs. enthused to each other. At the other end of the square, the stage is set up with several oceanic buildings appear to be ritually torture brass instruments. On the side, you notice one of the oceanic buildings, apparently some sort of dignity, preparing to give a speech. Ready from the hustle and bustle next to the fountain, you spot a very bitter-looking oceanic building with some sort of banner, which is mostly ignored by the other locals. Yeah, gee, I wonder why. Yeah, let's look at the oceanic building with the banner. And hi there. The oceanic building stands apart from the other people. Next to him, a banner, which us translate to 3G equals global brand glam grab. This is all G's and not K's, otherwise this would be very uncomfortable interaction. He looks upset. Is it really a good idea to talk to him? Fuck it, why not? Some of the best chats in life I've had with complete strangers carrying banners who have approached you unasked in narrow station corridors. Surely it will be the same on this front. What, who, and all against you are you protesting here, fellow citizen? Please explain your well-considered ideology to me. Something flash in the eye of the person suddenly fills you with the certainty that you have just made a terrible, terrible mistake. One of the sleeping sheep wants to wake up. I stand here as the only rational protection this village has left against the brain-destroying, mind-controlling rays that, as of today, are being pumped directly into our skulls by this devil antenna. I don't like how you handle getting grabby. He tests his fingers dramatically against his temple. Do you have any proof? Surely you can confidently prove this extraordinary theory, he asked eagerly. Oh, of course I have proof. Listen. Shape-shifting lizard creatures were to build a mind control ray. They would of course design it not to affect reptiles. So I brought some salamanders to see if they were acting weird, but they don't. So the only logical explanation is that there are obviously shape-shifting aliens living amongst us, who are also protecting their reptiloids from the impact of their mind control rays. I just realized you're also wearing a tinfoil hat, but if only he knew that there was actually a shape-shifting one talking to him right now. I mean, we're not reptilian, we're more of a fuzzy red blob, but with wings, but anyway. Where can I find these shapeshifters? Other shapeshifters? Might there be a rescue for you after all that doesn't involve the antenna? No, these people are just very delusional and crazy. I mean, at least he's not the one that believes in butt-probing aliens, although we did prove that was real in one of the other endings, so... Where could I possibly find these shapeshifters? Just out of interest. Oh, that's very easy. Go right, then left, then right, then 300,000 kilometers up into the hollow ground that people here think is the moon. Because in actual fact it is a secret base for the reptiloids. Did you know that the moon was invented by the American government in 1969 to cover up the fact that the astronauts landed on a reptiloid base? You can look it up. There are no records of the moon anywhere before 1969. At least none that weren't faked by NASA. I hate that there's actual people out there like this guy that exist. That's a bit far for a quick rescue. Probably better to just follow your original plan. Really fascinating, fellow citizen. Fortunately, I have to go now. So as you turn to leave, yes, ship, go ahead. You'll get what you deserve when the flying discs from inside the hollow earth attack us on the surface. Walk briskly to the antenna. I wonder what happens if we try to look for another way to get in instead of going straight under. What closes an airlock key opens a porthole. There's an old saying on your home planet. It means by this is that Falk is bad at working airlocks and is constantly losing atmosphere to space. And we have to find out where to find the metaphorical actual porthole of this antenna. Suddenly you spy a small tilted window above the door. Bingo, you murmur, ancient victory cry of your people to yourself. Make sure that no ocean buildings have directed their eye stalks in your direction. Then you stretch up the ball and let your body flow towards the window. And lean on the ledge of the window, you notice that a small nest of twigs was built up here. Then suddenly you are being attacked by animals. Beak and beak, frantically beating wings, and a dreadful cry of cuckoo. And you accidentally must have stolen into the nest of one of the planet's alpha predators. I mean, Glass would probably say the same thing. Frantically strike at the feathered creature with your pseudo tentacles, but it still inflicts quite a few deep scratches on you. She lunges at you with her beak. Duck and burst through the window into the interior of the antenna control center. Proud of his victory, the beast stares at you from above, but does not pursue you. Here, let's examine my wounds. You've been injured. Yas recommends that you undertake a medical scan immediately. Run your eyes, you pull out your medikit. Please ask, it's just a scratch. How dirty can those flying creatures be? Perform an examination. Short time later, your medikit has produced 9 different antibiotics and pumped them into your system. Still probably have to have a clinical amputated after your return to civilization. Oh, great. Oh, at least we got to use the kit thing. Okay, let's see what happens when we try to chase after this guy instead. Why did you blow your cover? It was funny. Immediately you start chasing after the clone. You're shooting in a bloodling runs recklessly across the fairground, simply shoving all the people in its path out of the way. All the time it shrieks at the top of its voice. Monster! Monster! I'm being chased by a monster! Stop it! Help! Help! You have a hard time keeping up with on the packed fairground. See the clone dive between 2 of the festival stalls, much to the amazement of the stall holders. Ah, it's trapped. The clone is only a few steps ahead of you. Jump to where you saw the clone disappear. Then you walk behind the stalls and nothing. Where did the ocean and bloodling go? What's that? You look around frantically. For a split second you see the clone coming at you with a cobblestone. Then your face is hit with a smacking sound, you black out. Ah, fuck. Death, your body returns to its original form. People of this town look at you in shock at the corpse of the strange creature that had just attacked one of their own. Their panic erupts. Police cordons off the entire area. Within hours, an unknown agency takes over all investigation and seizes your body. Oh great, we're going to be get cut up again. There's no turning back for the inhabitants of the planet Earth. Death at the village defeated areas proof that extraterrestrial life exists, and the species is a bunch of murderous monsters. Because of this realization, humanity will unite in the coming decades to present a strong front against the impending invasion. It was an interesting time when humans finally managed to solve many of their problems and, well, you're not really interested in all that. You don't care what the barons of the backwoods planet think of you, because you are dead. Well, rip. I thought we'd actually outsmart the guy, but I guess not. But that was ending 16 Shooting Star. Okay, let's see if we just play along and say go with him. Merely recognize the danger of the situation you're in. So Ocean and Bloodling has seen you shapeshift. Don't play along, you might suspect that you're not really his twin clone. That seriously could derail all your efforts so close before you escape. Yeah, well, we already found that out. Let's say you nod and follow the clone. In his traumatized state, it doesn't even ask what you were just doing. You enter, the clone walks all over the vehicle, or over to a vehicle parked close by. They will identify it as police. Chloe knocks out the window and the security guard with a shock of blonde hair steps out the vehicle. Peter, Willie, where have you been? We've been looking for you two for a few hours now. Where have you been? Please tell us words from him before answering. And must have looked us up in some garbage bins. Yeah, that's confirmed. It's true, we were attacked from behind. The creature had disguised itself as a cat, and then we tried to shape it. It turned into a huge monster. It overwhelmed us. It started gushing. Not quite sure why you're being so honest. You can't really read the ocean and Blunthling's facial expressions after you stop talking. Finally asked bluntly, did I understand that correctly? That you were going to shave the cat? Correct. The moment is so quick that you almost miss it. Mindful of the moment, the police creature swirls the ocean and Bluntling around and handcuffs him. Frick. Probably should have denied it then. Arresting you on suspicion of animal cruelty. I mean, they did deserve it, but I'm not one of them. You've been looking for weeks for the sick bastards who have been torturing poor kittens in the area. Instantly, you run away. Behind you hear someone yelling, freeze. Or yell, freeze. Run back to the square. Run away from the security person. You hear her sprinting after you, getting closer and closer. Then you get an idea. Brother, I'll distract them and you run away. You shout to the other clone. He nods and tries to escape. No way, Jose. Blonde Ocean and Bluntling shouts, sweeping the clone off his feet. While fixing the person on the ground, it talks into a communicator. Look, they're here. I need backup at the festival. Fugitive suspect. Disappear into the sea of Ocean and Bluntlings at the fair. Face is now being searched for. Have one last attempt at making your escape happen. Think you hear a siren in the distance. Yeah, shit. After a short detour, you get back to the speakers and the operating desk of the sound system. Okay, well, we're back to here, but see if we can maybe fail this. Maybe end up getting taken away by the police. Well, you might actually see what happens when we try a favorite song here as well. Great choice. You can take the communicator back now. Suddenly and abruptly, the current #1 chart hit in the Pleiadian star cluster sounds from the loudspeakers. Yeah, I'm not going to try and sing that. Talking about giving them the spores and sucking on pistols and you know, I never realized how filthy these lyrics are. Sure, now let's get out of here. Clear the control desk and yada yada, we'll get out of here. Oh yeah, this is actually different. Clear the control desk. The ocean ability seemed to stir. At first, many seemed to be puzzled, especially the members of the band. I had expected irritation, maybe even fear because of the unknown sounds. Instead, most of the buildings walked towards the stage in order to dance. Wish you could stay and watch the historic moment of interstellar cultural fusion, but there is no time for this now. Use the distraction and make your way to the antenna and your DIY transmitter under your arm as you climb the structure. Okay, so yeah, that just led to the same ending, but let's turn around and attack. Time for suddenly is all over. Core tentacles sprout out of your torso. Mouth opens and you expose several rows of sharp teeth. You turn to the security guard and a bang lets you freeze. Astonished, you look at the ridiculous weapon pointed at you. Then you look over at the ocean of Bluntling, who also can't quite grasp what is happening right now. Finally, you look at the wound on your chest. Thick blue blood oozes out, blood coming directly from one of your central organs. You black out. God, we're going to be killed a lot in this round by the looks of it. And it just leads to this ending. Okay, let's see what happens when we deny it. Let's believe that the clone that the police are Shannon Bluntling. No, of course that's not true. Monster, that's ridiculous. Brother's having a psychotic episode because of the illegal drugs he's taking. In faint remorse, you lower your head. True, he always wanted to force me to take narcotic drugs, and then, when I refused, he starts torturing kiddies. Remember is so quick that you almost miss it. Wonderful moment, the police creature saw as the ocean of blood lay around the handcuffs it. Okay, I'm arresting you on suspicion of drug abuse and animal cruelty. Been looking for weeks, yada yada. Hey, eyes meet. I'm taking your brother into custody. Now, while mindly the ocean of blood continues. Thank you. That was very brave of you. The still stunned client is loaded into the back of the car. You must know you're on your own again. Fucking deserved. Hell yeah.